Hey guys, it's Michael Todd and welcome back to The.Cult.Of.Vintage. How's that for an opening screenshot? Look at that, it's pretty. I'm already seeing stuff. I'm seeing some Art Nouveau Bust in there. Okay, anyhow, we are at Plains, where am I going? Plains Antique and Home Furnishings in somewhere around Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I'm not entirely sure of the city, but I don't know. We're here, we made it. Thank you, Google Maps. Anyhow, we're gonna get inside, see if we can't find anything for resale, maybe some collecting, and I have a feeling it's gonna make for a really nice tour. Let's check it out. Okay, guys, have you ever just walked into a place and you immediately knew that you were going to find good stuff? You know, even standing outside the window, here we are seeing these two Art Nouveau busts that I did see. These are priced extraordinarily low, especially for what they are. There was $88 on the larger one, and I believe it is $85 here on the small one. And then what caught my eye, of course, was this Harold Gale Santa Claus here. He was priced at only $15. Now, there is some separation in his beard from his face. However, he is in overall amazing shape. So we do go ahead and pick him up. He is adorable. And we are back to that Art Nouveau bust. I absolutely love this. This is made out of a spelter. It's just kind of like a combination of scrap alloy that they had lying around. Now we're still in the front and we've already picked up two things right off of the bat. I was tempted by that other Art Nouveau bust, but I did decide to go ahead and leave that behind. Here you're seeing the little pass through there, and you guys, it goes back a good bit. It does have another side here, plus an upstairs, and we are going to get to it all in today's video. This place, Plains Antique, it is amazing. Great staff. Here we see this little covered dish here. I actually picked one of those up. You know what? It didn't sell. I actually tried to offer it twice. Unfortunately, it didn't sell either time. And in that instance, because I have limited space, I will often redonate items that kind of just aren't proving to be too popular. That is something that I wouldn't necessarily have in my own home decor. We do have a little Christmas items sprinkled in here, so that was definitely getting my attention. Seems to be some newer stuff here. However, I do see these little salt and pepper shaker fish, and I did get in there. They were priced at $18, and I figured, well, they're red and green. That does qualify as Christmas, right? But I did decide to go ahead and leave them behind. Here we are seeing some clear glass. It does appear to be a perfume bottle. Unfortunately, it was priced at $88, so I did leave that one behind. Now we have some Ellie Smith, priced at only $16. So yeah, I did decide to go ahead and pick that one up. Sure did. Now check out this next display. Remember I told you before to keep your eye out for those Napco head vases, especially the Christmas ones. Yeah, she is worth it. Look how beautiful that is. All right, here we've got more of like the mantique kind of vibe going on here. I'm not mad at it. You never know what you can find in here. Speaking of, boom. Oh my gosh, these Van Telling, these hugging little salt and pepper shakers. I've never seen them before. At first, I thought they were a snail. No, it turns out they're little caterpillars. Little hugging caterpillars. I really wanted to get these, and then, oh, $40. Not today. Though, let me tell you what, for a collector, that is an amazing price. You often see like the hugging or the kissing Dutch boy, Dutch girl. A lot of times you will see even more common are the hugging bears. Occasionally you will see the mermaid hugging the sailor, but I have never seen those caterpillars. So here we've got, again, some great mid-century pieces going on here. Oh, look at that. I don't even know what it is. I love this clock. Do you see the second hand going around there, the little red dot? Beautiful. Beautiful lead glass here. All right, we are off to our next. I am seeing some uranium with the silver plate there. Just want to give you guys like an up-close view of things. Gift certificates are available. I'm telling you, Plains Antiques, it wouldn't be a bad gift. There is so much to choose from here, you guys. Now, Trigger warning for the next thing that we're about to see. This was it was a fox that had killed a pheasant, and bless, they did decide to go ahead and dress the fox up for Christmas there. That it was interesting. Yeah, hey, we are in central Pennsylvania after all. I mean, now check out, these are what the vendor has called Murano glass. They are an art glass lamp. They were large and in charge. Look how beautiful these are. I mean, there's your gift certificate. For the person that thinks that they have everything, oh yeah, well, do you have art glass lamps? They are priced at $7.50. That is for the pair. Given how unique they are, I do find that that would be a very fair price. It's a beautiful setup, a little ambient lighting there. And talking about ambient lighting, we go from Murano glass lamps to chalkware Cupies. She is priced at $35, which is very fair for her. She's very unique. I often don't see that much sculpted detail in the hair, so that was fun to see. And the paint was in overall really good condition. And of course, we do have our color wheel here that is working. I unfortunately was not able to find a price on it, so I don't know if it was for sale, if they were just kind of using it for a light effect here in the booth. I'm not mad at it one way or the other. And here we got a little bit more Christmas. We, of course, have this trash-tastic plastic Christmas assemblage centerpiece. It is priced at $25. Here we have this is a metal candle. It is a smaller one. I actually found a larger one before, and I was like, ooh, I kind of want this one. Unfortunately, I tried, but there was no price on this. I just think that these are a little bit nicer than the blow molds. They fit my personal aesthetic a little bit better. So that was unfortunate. And yeah, right below, talk about that trash-tastic. There is a Santa tree topper with the multicolored lights. Are you guys multicolors, or are you like white lights? Do you know what I mean? Are you red? Are you green? Are you white and blue? Check out this Dr. Pepper sign. It's a red, yellow, clear, trippy. Now here we have some of the famous actor caricatures. I forget, these used to hang in like a Hollywood restaurant? Was it like the Brown Derby or something along those lines? I don't know that these are, of course, the originals, but they are some prints. Now here we are we're peeking through the pass-through just to get a little bit more of a view, and don't you worry, we're going to get there. Now here I see a glass Madonna, again keeping in mind that the Virgin Mary, when depicted in form, is called the Madonna. Beautiful art glass. I love that blue faded into the clear. It's very elegant, very simple, well done, very striking. As you can see, there are a wide variety of items in here. I will say that while there might be one or two new things, the vast majority is in fact vintage and antiques. They do sell some pretty substantial furniture pieces in here. A disco Santa there, that's interesting. Again, that's something that I would prefer to have seen maybe all in clear. Now here we've got this cute little mini blow mold Santa. He is one of those wind chimes. It's something that your kids would have picked up for you for Christmas. Now, these candelabra sets, I actually saw one of these at another antique store, and I believe they had kind of like dressed it up, and I really liked it. So I decided to go ahead and pick this up. And as you'll see later, I pick up a different one because I'm going to try my hand at really dressing that up. I don't know if I would call it an assemblage. I'm unsure as to what one would call that, like a centerpiece. So I am working on that currently. I'm really digging the kind of stuff. If you haven't known, I've made two light up wreaths now, and I'm very much digging the whole lights kind of thing because nothing says Christmas like Christmas lights, right? Now we enter into this aisle here of cabinets. What I did decide to go ahead and do is that we are going to film directly in this booth, and then what I do is I'm not going to show you the entirety of it, but we're going to focus in on the stuff, the good stuff. Now, these are very Holt Howard-esque. However, they are not Holt Howard. They're kind of like a a take on, I think it's called Drunk Santa, or not Santa, but Drunk Frosty. He's two sheets to the wind. And they're absolutely adorable. They are priced at $24.95, which I think is very fair. But again, without it being Holt Howard, I decided to pass on it. Now, these just have a made in Japan sticker on them. Again, very Holt Howard-esque. However, the lettering makes me think that the way that the font is done makes me think that they are Napco, which again, priced very fair, but just not where I would want it to be for resale. If those were in fact Holt Howard, that definitely would have been a fair price and definitely something I would have picked up even for resale. So as you were seeing, all of the booths here, they're just chock full. There were a number of vendors too, I will say, that did have sales on their items. I greatly appreciated that. And here it is. Head vases, yes. Do you see that? Do you see it in the back? The purple. That is a Lipper Mon head vase. She is fully intact. There are no chips, no cracks, no paint flaking. Her jewelry is completely intact. You guys, you never find these, never find them. This vendor also had a sale of 20% off, and they also, below that, happened to have this Christ 5-piece Christmas breakfast set. Now, it was 4 pieces because the vendor did note that the bell was missing, but those are 2 egg cups, salt and pepper shakers, and the original box. So I did decide to go ahead and pick those up. And as you may know now, I did decide to go ahead and get that Lipper and Mon head vase. Again, it's something you never see. I was very excited. It was such a unique find. It was a thrill to be able to find that and to be like, guys, guess what I have for sale? I mean, there is no greater thrill. Now, here you see another one of the candle sets. This is actually the same vendor. So this one, again, was priced at $3. However, it is in better condition than the other one. The first one that I had picked up, there's like some glue residue, so I decided to switch them out. So I go with this one and switch out the other one because there's not as much glue on it. There is some at the bottom, but I'll be able to hide that much better. And the original bulb is in there. I was like, is that supposed to be in there? So what's going on here? uh, Now, I absolutely love this little DIY project. It was a can of some sorts. They wrapped it, of course, in some foil Christmas paper, cut out a little hole, and made like a little vignette inside of it. And I thought that was absolutely adorable. And then we have another one of these disco Santas, and whoa, look at that eye. I mean, talk about peeping. Jeez, Santa. He saw one too many. He saw something he shouldn't have saw. You know what I'm saying? Now here we have another one, and I was tempted by this, but I was like, okay, wait a minute. This is a much larger project, and there was, of course, some separation. I decided to hold off on it until I successfully completed. This one's only $5 too. Until I successfully completed the smaller one. Now here we have a little gold deer family. This is, the little chain gang here. They're absolutely adorable, and I think they're going to go great for Christmas. So we do decide to go ahead and pick those ones up today. And even better, the vendor is having, as I said, a 20% off sale. So we snatched up those gold deer. And here we find a Hickok. This is actually a men's cuffling box or tie tack box. I don't know what would have originally come in this. These were actually in the 50s, even though it is very much an Art Deco vibe to them. Only $4. That's a great deal, even with the condition. That's one of those pieces where I really feel like the paint loss is actually adding to the overall aesthetic of it. So again, we have the deer with us, and I see this little plastic nativity scene. I think that these are absolutely darling. It very much reminds me of my childhood. So I always love seeing those out and about. Oh, we're losing our balance. Uh, Here we're peeking in at the jewelry. Nothing really stood out. Nothing was really saying, hey, take me home, take me home. So I said, okay, well, we'll leave you there then. But you guys, just look at all of this stuff. I loved it. We've got the little sequins balls here on the satin balls, I guess I should say. Wildly popular craft back in the day. And then look, another gold deer. This one actually happens to be a bank, so I do decide to go ahead and pick it up. And it was only priced at $8. Heck yeah, we're going to take that. Bryn, great condition to it. And you do see there's a little bit of cold painting down there on the bottom. This one does have its original sticker. So really good condition. Again, great for year round, but especially good for your Christmas. Did that like autumnal thing not look like someone was like, well, who is that in the corner? No one, you fool. Oh my God. My heart just dropped and I was like, speaking about heart dropping, look at this giant. This is a chalkware pig bank. It's priced at $25, which I think is a great deal. Unfortunately, it would be cost prohibitive to really be able to ship that piece. I'm still stuck on thinking I saw something. It's that. It was those reeds that made me think it was somebody. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, recovery time. Here we find some Christmas. This is a great it's from a manufacturer in New York. I forget specifically, but it was a Christmas club bank, and I think that was more so for the kids so that they could save their money throughout the year. Now, these two are absolutely adorable. They were priced individually. They were a little high for resale, so I did decide to go ahead and skip on that one. This vendor had some really good stuff, some great mid-century lamps. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love that shape. It is unique. And then back here in the corner, I see what I believe is a Shawnee table lamp, and it was priced at $25. And I'm like, what, are you serious right now? Yeah, that black and pardon me, the white with the black lava glaze, it was absolutely amazing. I thought it was a planner at first, and I was like, oh, look, the light coming out from behind it. And then, ooh, see, I caught it on camera. I didn't catch it. I had to move it out and I was looking at it much more closely. Yeah, there's the light. Okay. Yep. That's the light, Michael. Great. Yeah, great. And I don't know why I picked it up. I knew it was Shawnee, but unfortunately, yeah, now he saw it. Look at that. Ouch. Yeah, that made me uncomfortable. Had it not had that chunk with the hairline going around it, I probably would have gotten it. If it was just the hairline, I probably would have picked it up, especially for the $25, because it still, in my opinion, would have shipped okay and would have been structurally all right. But with that chip and that hairline created, I'm assuming from it, no way. Now we go from the Shawnee to the super tacky Christmas ornaments here. You are always going to catch me looking at them year round. I absolutely love them. There's just, I don't know, there's something so innocent and pure about them. So angelic. Check out these angels. They say that they are handcrafted. I bet they are. They were priced at only $2 each, and they had three different colors: the green, the white with the yellow, and they had the blue, and it's not reading that well, but she has green there. And they had another one. I probably could have picked her up. I left her sad self there all by herself, but I was seeing if there was any other colors. There wasn't. So I picked up one of each of the colors, and I was going to check these guys out. Unfortunately, I didn't see a price tag on them, so I did decide to go ahead and leave them behind. They got those Tammy Faye eyelashes. Up here, we've got a little gnome here. He's very unique. I can't read that writing. Something, I don't know. But he very much reminds me of a Disney character. At $6, I think that it was very fair, but at this point, I was already spending a lot of money and I was not paying attention to it. So I was like, whoa, let's not go too crazy, Michael. However, I did find a bag and it was only $14. Again, you want to look for that Starburst there. That is your Jewel Bright. This did have, of course, the plants in them. One of them you can kind of see right there in the front. It seems to have some kind of like corn or fruits and vegetables. I'm unsure. It's really unique and weird. I am going to use some of these as wreath fodder. Others, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to include them in like a mystery box. I am doing a Christmas mystery box. Oh, yes, I am. He just went through his little tiny Christmas hoard. So I created a really good, I created a really good Christmas mystery box. If I do say so myself. Now, this is kind of like another, like we had to go up some stairs here. So this is obviously facing out towards the street. Um, this place is a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be, and I'm not mad at it. All kinds of little salt and pepper shakers here. I was definitely keeping my eye out for the Christmas. Unfortunately, we have Santa there. He seems to be the only set that was specific to Christmas. Not to say that I'm exclusively buying Christmas. I'm most especially looking for it. However, if I saw something really unique or special or fun, of course I would have picked that up. But 'tis the season to buy Christmas. But then again, I think all year round, 'tis the season to buy Christmas. Look at this beauty. Isn't she gorgeous? This is, again, this is that plastic Christmas. This is trash-tastic. It's so bad, it's fantastical. It lights up, or it says that it lights up. It's priced at $60. Woo! Now that's some elevated trash-tastic right there. I'm not even gonna, no, let me not do that. Somebody really put a lot of time and effort into that jewelry tree, and it was done very well. Unfortunately, the angel light up frame picture or something or other, that monstrosity was $59. So I did decide to go ahead and leave it behind. Though I will say, for the right collector, they're going to snatch that up in a heartbeat, and they're going to love it, and they're going to think they got an amazing deal on it. So we do see some plastic houses down here. I saw some pink and glitter and silver, and I thought it was at Christmas. It wasn't. Those are like plasticky, like Putz House knockoffs. I'm not necessarily mad at it, but we want the original. This one was cute. I've never seen a single bubble like this before. It was unique, and didn't really want to pay $14 for it because I didn't know if there would be any value on that one. I mean, it was definitely unique. All kinds of goodies. Ooh, this vendor had 30. Oh, darn it. I didn't even realize that. Oh, I probably would have gotten that frame at 30% off. What is that? Like, I'm going to round 18 bucks off. Oh, nuts. All kinds of little angels here, looking their sassy little best selves. I think that's a Hager Swan back there. I could be. No, I don't think that is. The Hager Swan's a little bit thinner. Now, I did go through the linens. Unfortunately, I didn't really find anything. There is that Christmas stocking, but this was interesting. This is a candle, and it does have a lot going on. Now, it is missing some mercury glass bulbs there. You can kind of see the divots in the wax. I mean, that's an easy fix with some hot glue. Unfortunately, it just wasn't priced at where I'd want it to be again for resale. Here we are going down the other side, and there you can see the stairs. Now, what did catch my eye was this doll over here. She very much is reminding me of a Pose doll. However, the face is actually vinyl. The Pose dolls typically have like a painted cloth face. Yeah, there you can definitely tell. I mean, she's absolutely adorable, but again, priced at where I don't know if there was resale value on it or not. I'm telling you what, that Lipperin man, oof, I was so excited to find that. This is really interesting. This koi, I'm going to call it Asian. I don't know. I think it's more Chinese than Japanese, definitely. It's interesting. Speaking of interesting, I did see this tiny little ceramic tree here, and I was like, what is going on? And it comes apart, and then I was like, it's a Christmas ashtray set. I mean, you can take apart your Christmas tree and all of your gas, back in the day. Hey, then everybody had their own little ashtray. And I did decide to go ahead and pick this up. You guys know that I've been on a ceramic tree kick. This one is little tiny. Obviously, it doesn't light up, but that doesn't matter. Looks really good with my other ones. So here we go on our way up. Now, the sign did say that there was a lot of furniture, so I was like, oh, I don't really know. It's all furniture. And then I was like, oh, it is a lot of furniture. And then I turned the corner and I was like, oh, whoa. Yeah, that's a 6 foot light up pom pom. And oh my gosh, look, there's another aluminum tree that was spinning. This silver tree pom-pom is only $2.75. Look how clean and glimmery and shiny she is. And this tinsel tree over here, ooh, I mean, it's so bad, it's good, doesn't it? It's just so, ooh, ugh. I was like, how much are you? Ah, this one's not for sale. I'm like, the trickery of it all, though. There was another box over there with another aluminum tree. Oh my gosh, I was like, what is going on? But turns out that, yeah, they did have some furniture, but there was a lot of good stuff up here to see. Wow. That's a look. I've actually seen that. Oh my God. Can I tell you this story? Oh, look at this beautiful Ellie Smith ruby red. This are you going to look at the bottom, Michael? Probably not now. 125. That's an amazing deal for such a large. Look at how gorgeous that is. Ooh, she is so good. Is that Viking? No, I think that's Ellie Smith with the base. I was going to call it the simplicity, but does appear to have like a pattern bottom. Look at the great mid-century vibe that we've got going on here. Ooh, that is actually ceramic and like that driftwood look to it. That was really interesting. We've got some great atomic looking items here. The Starburst Clock. Look at the lamps. So good. Oh, look at all of the little ornaments here. Now, again, you've heard me say it before. I didn't look at the prices because in ornaments like this, I know that they can add up really quickly. So I have a tendency not to do it. And I don't collect ornaments. I usually just look for them inexpensively that are vintage that I can get inexpensively and use for my wreaths. But it's still fun to look at. Look at this amazing. What? Is it an ashtray? Is it a planter? No, it is a planter, right? Do you see the divots? That's what no, you could use this as an ashtray if you wanted to. I don't know. You could have a smoking lamp, I guess. Or you could put a plant in there if you didn't smoke. This is amazing. It's only $95. That is a steal. There is no way that I would want to move that or ship it. Alrighty, guys, I did not do a proper outro for this video. I am sorry. So we were going to leave it on a high note with the rotating aluminum tree stand. And until next time, guys, remember, keep it rusty, crusty, and dusty. Bye, guys.